Look at this thing. I'm on a beach, just like that. It is so good. Today, guys, we're making a ceviche, a very, very simple one, a classic. We're making ceviche a la mexicana. Basically, think about a la mexicana. If you see huevos a la mexicana, if you see any other dish a la mexicana, that pretty much means it has the bandera. The bandera is the flag, the colors of the flag. So what is it? Red, white, and green. The red, tomato, the white, the onion, the green, limes, and in this case, we're using chile serrano because I like mine spicy. Cilantro, I like aguacate or avocado on my tostadas. And then the fish, right? Today we're using a fish that is fresh and delicious. We're using halibut. It's leaner, it can take on flavor very well, it's very mild, but really you can use whatever you want. It's honestly, I talk about it all the time as Mexican food's like what's at hand. This ceviche is modeled after ceviches we had growing up. My family's from Jalisco, so Lago de Chapala is super close there and there's a lot of fishing there. So the ceviche from my childhood is a ceviche molido. So the fish was super minced and then they grated carrots into it. They had oregano inside of it. Again, there's so many variations of this, but today I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it. Usually for this fish, you can kind of give it a little slice down the middle like this and split it, because I like mine relatively chopped up, you know, and if you don't want it this fine, you don't have to do it this fine. It's all good. So yeah, I mean, you can use any fish you got. I really like sea bass, striped bass from Baja. There's a great product coming out of there now. I love a striped bass in a ceviche. You could use like more expensive stuff for sure, but honestly for stuff that's kind of like ground up and cut very finely, I wouldn't break the bank on this for sure. Okay, that's about the texture I want right here. Like just very kind of chopped up, and you can mince it even more. There's some people that like it more minced, but I still like a little texture in my ceviche. So I mean, use your instincts. Like if you see this part here tapered off, this is pretty much like to where I like it. So you could just take your knife, do one of these numbers here. And the name of the game with ceviche is I like having everything around the same size. You don't want anything too big or fighting with the rest of ingredients, you know. Think of it as like a salad, you know what I mean? You don't want any ingredient overpowering the other. It has to be like harmonious and kind of the same thing. But yeah, this looks wonderful. Like this cut, I'm happy with it. But ceviche is one of those dishes, man, that you have to pull me away from, because it's like everything that I want. It's like bright, acidic, crunchy, crispy, spicy. It is so good. And if you take the time to prepare it like we're gonna do today, a couple of moves that aren't really, I don't know if I want to say traditional, but I like curing my fish a little bit, you know. A little bit of salt and sugar on it is gonna tighten it up, draw out some of the excess moisture, and just really open it up to accept the rest of the flavors. But again, like I always say it, make sure you make this your own. Again, ceviche it's a spectrum. There's so many different kinds. Okay, so we're gonna get our chopped fish into a bowl here, and then we're gonna get this. You can get a bowl of ice under it to keep it cold, which I'm gonna do. Okay, so we have some ice and our fish on top of it. Anytime you're working with fish, you wanna make sure you keep it as cold as possible. So a little bit of ice underneath, maybe a little bit of water so it gets more contact with the bowl. Major key. Again, this is a fresh dish. You want it to be like really, really well taken care of and the texture to still be good. You don't want too fishy stuff. All right, so to this, I'm gonna add a pinch of salt into this. All right, that looks good. And I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar to it. And this is called a cure, or like a dry brine. And what this is gonna do is just firm up the fish a little bit and give it a nice texture, kind of set the texture a little bit. And then the lime juice is gonna go on there and kind of cure it, or cook it basically. So a trick that I learned from, actually he was Peruvian, was a cook, is cutting the lime this way from the bottom. And the idea, I guess the idea behind it is that you're not cutting through the white part of it, so it doesn't make it as bitter. All right, so we have the salt and sugar in the bowl. You're just gonna mix this around. Okay, so all that salt and sugar has good contact with the fish. Again, we have our ice bath below it. It's super cold. You wanna make sure the fish is like as flat and touching as much of the bowl as possible, keeping it really, really cold. Throwing that on top there. So for my onion, I'm gonna move those limes over. So for my onion, I like using white onion. You could use red onion, no problem. So I'm gonna do this. Okay. I like a lot of onion in my cooking, a lot of it. So I'm just gonna peel this guy here. So I like slicing or dicing my onion. Small dice. And it's gonna marinate in the bowl with my fish. And we need about, make sure it's nice and fine. Throw this into our bowl. Almost exactly what we need. That looks great. The rest of the stuff I'm gonna save. Let's save this stuff here. Whoever invented this bench scraper, I'll kiss you on the forehead. Are you joking me? Look at this. It does the job, you know? Exactly, and it's like in the title. It's a bench scraper. It has no other job, even though it does other jobs. Maybe I'm in my own head about a bench scraper, whatever. Anyway, I really, shout out to whoever made this, for real, for real. All right, onion in the bowl. Let me get this onion away from me because it's very strong. I'm crying a little bit, even though my knife is really sharp. So we cut our limes, and again, we cut them ends off. I don't know, I'm trying this for the first time. You don't want to use like pre-squeezed lime juice, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why, is because I don't know if we can get it on camera, but when you squeeze this, I'm sure you guys have seen it before, you see like, if you look up close, you see like this mist coming off of the lime, and that is all the essential oils coming out of that peel. And that is the difference between a good ceviche and a great ceviche, is fresh squeezed citrus, okay? Just gonna say it. There's a theme here. Everything needs to be freaking pristine, delicious, okay? So I'm gonna take this here, just gonna squeeze these in. Yeah, that's good. So when I'm marinating the fish on this first marinade, I actually get rid of a little bit of the lime juice that's in here before plating and serving. And that's because it's leached out some of the fishiness, just a little bit. You want some of that flavor left in there because you want to know that you're eating fish, but honestly, this looks like enough right here. That looks like enough. Look at that. Our fish is done. It's gonna marinate. I would say, you know, give this like, it depends on how you like your ceviche. If you like it more cooked, leave it longer. Some people say, start mixing this now and then serve it, but it's to your liking. I like mine a little bit more cooked. I'm gonna let it hang out for a while. I'm gonna show you the finished texture when we're back. I'm gonna take a piece of like plastic wrap here, and I'm just gonna get it like along the surface of the ceviche. And then this is gonna go into the fridge until it's done marinating, all right? Into the fridge we go. So while that's marinating, we're gonna work on the rest of our vegetables for our ceviche. So I'm using some tomatoes here, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna core them. Take off the ends here, down the middle. And I'm just gonna take this core and get it out. We don't want too much of that juicy. And you can save these for something. You could do like, we used to do a tomato water at the restaurant we had. You can make rice with them. But if you want to throw them in your ceviche, definitely just do that. I'm gonna dice up some of these serranos, and if you want to take the seeds out of them, you're more than welcome to, for sure. But it's always up to you. I'm gonna leave the seeds in because I like mine spicy. You can dice them up any way you want, but I'm gonna go like this first. You can wear gloves if you want. He's in a deli. There it is. For cilantrito, what I like to do is take it. I see. Ooh. Make sure it's nice. These stems actually look pretty good. So I'll take off like, just like the really white and woody parts. Get it out of there. Okay. And look, I have my like tomato and cilantro stems here. And if you had your onion scraps in here, maybe throw some garlic in there. You puree this. And then kind of wrap it in cheesecloth, and whatever drips out, oh, salt it too. Whatever drips out, that's tomato water. Man, you can make like a granita with it, put it on oysters if you wanted to. A lot of different things to do with tomato water. I love it so much. But anyway, cilantro. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my knife, okay, and get it real thin. Because the idea with herbs is you don't want to chop them up a second time because then they lose their life. I see a lot of green cutting boards out there, and that just means all that delicious herb flavor is on the board, not in your food. So if you can, try to not, you know, run your knife too many times through the cilantro. Just keep rolling it back and getting it really thin. Honestly, if you can't get it this thin, you can definitely chop it, but it's just a little bit of a move that you can do to make your food that much more delicious. Okay, we have some cilantro, looking great, looking good. Okay, and this is the last little part, like these little leaves, you can, there you go, done. Done, done, done. Guys, this recipe is so easy, for real. If you wanted a riff, okay, if you wanted to take this base and make something else, I might show you guys at the end of the video, actually. All right, so our ceviche, or our fish and lime mixture, has been marinating in the fridge for about, I would say, like 35 minutes. It's looking great, honestly. So I always say, taste your food, because it'll inform you as to what to use here. I mean, already, that's very delicious. It's savory. The lime is super fresh. Honestly, I'm gonna keep some of the lime juice in there. Sometimes if your fish is too fishy, you might need to pour some of it out to leach out that fishy flavor. This one's really fresh, so that's why it's so important to use like really fresh ingredients. Okay, so to this, let's make it Mexicana. So we're gonna use, we already have the white in there, that's the onion and the fish, and we're gonna do the red and the green over here. So we have some tomato here. We're gonna add some of this in. And it's to your liking, honestly. I'll post a recipe as always, it'll be on my blog. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe. We'd love to have you a part of the community. Yeah, it just helps us out a bunch. Okay, I'm gonna go by feel here. So that looks like it needs a little bit more red for me. So a little bit more tomato, there we go. All right, and remember, as we're adding ingredients, we're gonna have to definitely re-season and taste as we go, always, all right? So now I'm gonna go on with some serrano. Got some chopped, this is really spicy. I'm just gonna do like maybe, I would call that like a tablespoon and a half, all right? And then to this, I'm gonna add some cilantro. So we're gonna mix this around. Ooh, got a little stem. I gotta get better at chopping, one day. All right, a little bit more cilantro. I like cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you could definitely sub another herb, but it's not gonna be the same. But definitely do your own thing. Ooh, there you go. All right, cilantro looks good in there. Actually, I'm gonna add the rest of the tomato. That'll make me feel a little bit better about the whole thing. Look at that. This looks incredible. Okay, and right here, basically, your ceviche a la mexicana is done. But we're gonna season now. So I'm gonna take a try of this. It's so good. It's delicious. Okay, I'm gonna bump up the savoriness with a touch of MSG, a pinch. That looks great. A little bit of salt, because again, we added the tomato in there, we added a couple more ingredients in there, okay? Some people like black pepper in theirs. I'll throw a little bit in there. Just a little bit. That looks great. Now, you mix this up, and this is still on ice. We're keeping this really cold. I think a cold ceviche is one of the best things to eat in the world, so make sure your stuff's keeping cold. All right, and look at this broth here. You see that? It's pura vitamina, puro sabor. That's the flavor, that's the goodness, that's what we want, okay? Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the MACHA de Mama, the MSG. That looks great. Okay, and that's it. Ceviche a la Mexicana is done, pretty much. I like to eat this in a tostada. I'm gonna show you how to plate it up right now. All right, so I like to serve my ceviche a la Mexicana with a little bit of aguacate. Oh, look at that. Private education. Both parents still married. Beautiful avocado. Okay, here we go. So I'm doing some tostaditas. I'm gonna use a slotted spoon, okay? Because we don't want soggy ceviche. See that? It's already doing its job. It's paying for itself. Onto the tostadita. And it's not too spicy. I don't want it to be that spicy. Because you can always add, because we're gonna add, I like adding like salsa huichol, which is my favorite hot sauce for mariscos. I'll show you which one it is right now. Look at that. Oh, how good does that look? So simple, so easy, honestly. All right, so then we're gonna go in like this. I like a decent amount of aguacate. Now, always season your avocado, okay? For me, salsa macha con cacahuate. So this one is deep fried peanuts that give it a beautiful texture. So look at this. Look at these peanuts. Look at that color. Look at that flavor. Okay? So we're gonna just dump this on top. Oh, try to get it on. Atínale, way. There we go. Oh, look at that. Some of that oil. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could do a little bit of olive oil in here too. That'd take it a little bit more towards Veracruz. They do olives in theirs as well, which I really love. I'm gonna show you guys some moves to make this into a couple other recipes at the end of this video, so stick around. A little cilantro. Little cilantro stitch. Look at that. Cilantro. We're done. That's it. Ceviche a la mexicana in tostada form. I'm mouth watering. If you know about this salsa, huichol, this is the one for mariscos, in my opinion, my humble opinion. All right. And it just provides some spices in there. Man, I can't wait. All right, ceviche tostada is done. Time to try it. I'm on a beach, just like that. It is so good. We'll have these recipes down on the website for this video, but this salsa macha is a game changer. It has fried peanuts in there, and it gives it like this really just like wonderful, like warm, nutty quality. Look at this thing. It's such a simple recipe. It's like a handful of ingredients, but we get this amazing quality. But I wanted to show you guys some other moves to take this ceviche a la mexicana and put some twist on it that you can do in a snap of a finger. So let's get into it. So at any seafood stand worth its salt, you're gonna see this stuff. It's jugo magi. It gives it this like wonderful, almost like soy sauce quality, and it's like super savory. Fire. Man, this is so good, man. This plus huichol plus ceviche, game over. All right, so I thought it'd be fun to show you guys a couple different moves that you can do to take this very, very simple ceviche a la mexicana and put some spins on it to make it another type of ceviche. So the first thing we're gonna do is get our molcajete with some garlic here. I have a couple cloves. I think those 3 cloves will be enough. Be too garlicky. And then we have some chiltepin. We're gonna drop some of this in here. Yeah, I don't know, like we'll call that a couple tablespoons. A little bit of salt, okay? And then we're gonna take some limes and juice them into our molcajete, and then we're gonna make a paste with this. We're gonna get this in the molcajete. Looks great. Okay, so if you can see, we have that in our molcajete. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my tejolote and make a little paste with it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more chiltepin into this. There we go. All right, I'm gonna make this little like red garlicky paste. That looks great. Okay, so you'll take some of this paste here, scrape it up, drop it in. Okay. It's gonna be really spicy. It's gonna be so good. And then you just kind of mix it up like so. And then all of a sudden you let this sit for a bit. You have like a ceviche rojo with chiltepin in there. That simple. You can take this and make it that. You can see the color is already nice and red. Try this one. This is my steez right here. This is really good. It's spicy, but it's not like, oh my God. I wouldn't add any more like salsas to this one. It's ready to go. This is really good. Okay, ceviche variant number 2. We're gonna take this Coctel liquid that we had left over from our Coctel de Camarón video. This has ketchup, this has Valentina, garlic, fish sauce, lime juice, orange juice in here, a little bit of like Fanta or Jarrito Mandarina in here. So we're just gonna pour this in. That looks good, okay? And we're gonna mix this up. And people in Jalisco, they'll call this ceviche. It is ceviche, but it just has like a little bit of extra oomph in there. Some people literally just do ketchup in theirs. I've seen it. Don't hate against it until you try it. But look at this. I'm gonna try this one. You're gonna love this one. It's so good. And the third. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a little cevichito verde. So to do that, we need some cilantro. All right. We're gonna do some serrano. That looks good. You know what? We're gonna throw this little piece of garlic in there. Done. Now some lime juice. Okay. You need enough to get it moving in there. So we're gonna juice a couple 2 tree more limes. I say 2 tree, I mean 2 tree. There we go. All right. And just like that, guys, you can make 3 different ceviches with this. What is this? Like, we're doing it in under 10 minutes, I think, right? All right. That looks good there. We're gonna blend this up. You just want enough lime juice to get this moving in the blender. Very nice, very nice. There we go. That looks like a ceviche verde to me. Look at that color. See that color? Wonderful. Boom. 3 variations of ceviche la mexicana in like, I think that was like all in all like 5 to 10 minutes, not even. I won't try that one yet. See it. They're all so different, but they're all so good. And that's how you do it. All right, everybody, that has been Ceviche la Mexicana my way. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It helps us out a lot. This way I can keep sharing these recipes with you. Super easy recipe. Again, as always, make it your own and let me know how you make yours in the comments below. Would love to hear your thoughts. There's so many different versions of ceviche. This is just, again, the gateway of it. Appreciate you guys being here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.